Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of The Good Word with yours truly, Mr. Frederick. All right, guys, let me get right into it today. We are going to talk about why do you have to check them? Check you first. Okay. Why do you have to check them so much, family? All right. You might ask, Mr. Frederick, what do you mean by that? And it's quite simple, family. You might notice if you're a certain type of individual, you'll see individuals constantly try to disrespect you, try to insult, little side remarks, sideline hating, all of these type of gestures. You might see them microaggressions constantly, like you see it in every walk of your life. You might see it a lot. And if you are a certain kind of person that notices, you're very perceptive, you're not really giving off that energy. You're not giving off any sort of bravado or machismo or anything extra. But you do notice that you see this, okay? What it is, quite frankly, family, you have to check individuals because if someone is very insecure, they are going to constantly look and compare and see you. And when they see you, they see what they're not. Okay, so when they see what they're not, that triggers them. That puts in their head, oh, wow, you might be an attractive person, intelligent. You just got a good aura about you. You got a strong energy. You know who you are. All of these things, confident. All of these things will breed a certain level of just natural envy from very insecure people. And they're going to constantly check you, or you're going to constantly have to check them. And you're going to have to, what do you say? What? You can't do it all the time. It's exhausting. It's draining if you're around multitudes of people that do this. And I take it on a spirit level all the time, family. You know that listening to me. So it is spiritual. It is, everyone doesn't have a spirit, first of all. Some people are walking amongst us, God knows what's going on with them. We can only speculate where that energy comes from. However, if it's dark, if it's non-existent, whatever, it's not yours. And your light will attract a certain type of entity just in individuals that are insecure. And you have to check them, but you got to check yourself first, family. You have to check yourself first. Check your boundaries. Check, why are you around this person? Why do you have them in your vicinity? Now, sometimes, of course, you cannot control this. It's going to be places you go, stores, school, just institutions that maybe you are doing business with or whatever, that you just have to endure. And you got to figure out how to either be quiet, ignore it, or maybe guide it another direction, okay? Or just dead it all together. Now, sometimes you got to outright just stand up and confront it, which, again, it's going to be very draining if you have to do this constantly. So in your inner circle, you want to limit it as much as possible. I'm going to break down a few things, reasons why you get it, and ways you can work against it, family. Okay. So one, like I said, you trigger the insecurities. You'll see challenges from them for no reason, unwarranted. You're not even challenging. You're not even in there. It's in their head, family. It's in their head. It has nothing to do with you. It's just what they see in you, and it triggers them. It's literally nothing you're doing at all. So you could be minding your business. It's going to come to you. So understand that it's not you, it's them. And they'll want to test you. They want to do all this kind of little silly stuff. Just a waste of time. You find the older you get. It's like, what are you testing for? Go work out your issues. But of course, people don't want to do that. So since they don't want to work out their issues, they want to work them out with you, which is not happening. One thing you want to also understand is when you are more selective about who you have around you and where you go, you limit this. You limit the opportunities or the times that you actually have to do this. You won't be in constant defensive mode if you limit who you're around. If you notice these characteristics in certain people, I don't care who they are, family members, whatever, don't be around them. Keep them away from you, because honestly, it's just going to get worse. You're just giving them a license the more you let them around you. You give them an opportunity like, hey, try to think in your mind you're being kind by even speaking to them. But understand, if they have that kind of energy, just leave them alone. Don't even pick up the phone, family, because it's not going to be good. I mean, it's just what it is. Sometimes you just got to write people off. Leave them alone. They've already, when you're optimistic and you're positive and you're very confident, you think sometimes you can be overconfident, like you can change people. Maybe the goodness in you, no, you're not going to do that. They have to change them, okay? And that's very seldom. That's very seldom someone, they know what they are. They know what energy they carry towards you. They know all of this. They're not walking blindly. They choose to be this way because it's easier to deal with you than to do the work on themselves. You're not changing that, family. When you see someone like that, just leave them alone. Okay, deny access. They get the point, and even then, if you have social media, they'll still watch all your videos, follow you. These are sick people, family. They don't care. They literally rather look for little loopholes in you or pick you apart some kind of sick way in their mind and try to find deficiencies that aren't there in you to excuse their bad behavior. Again, these are people that have been probably soul dead a long time, and they see that life and light in you, and they want to put it out, okay? And they can't. So that angers them. Wow, I can't. All this negativity I give, all my hating, all my beliefs that I have against this person, they really don't care. I'm really that insignificant to them. Yes, you are. Very insignificant. Obviously, you don't deal with them or talk to them, so they know, again, it's reiterated how insignificant they are in your life. They're actually a negative. They're a negative in your life. They're not bringing anything positive. You're better off never speaking to them. And they know this, but in their minds, they play games. Okay, so remember, don't entertain it. Don't feel sympathy and feel like you can change. You can't. So also understand, family, that people like this often want to benefit from you. So they want to benefit off of what you have, that light, that shine, that prosperity. That's God's blessings, okay? That is his favor. That is divine guidance. No one can stop it. You can't even help it. It's just what it is. It's like you get a certain amount of negativity, in the world when you're gifted too. So you're going to have some negativity, obviously. But that divine favor always overpowers it. It always outshines the darkness. It's just what it is. It's Lord give and he take. So they want to piggyback off of that or copy that because they're thinking, what is he doing or what is she doing? How are they who are they stealing from? This is how superficial people think in the 3D world. They always think that it's something that you're doing, something that someone you're stealing from, copying. That's how they think. That's how their mind. They don't have creativity. Remember, family, darkness can't create anything, okay? It can only get off a light. That's all it can do, is pick off a light energy. So they're trying to piggyback, get some of your favor. It's not going to happen. And when they see that you're aware of who they are, get them out of your way, they get mad. They can't use you, can't abuse you, they can't disrespect you. All of this stuff gives these sick people energy. Okay, so you checking them, sometimes you might be like, okay, well, this person gets the point. This person understands I don't play games. They don't care. They can't help it. That's why I say it's a spiritual thing, which just keep driving them to keep coming at you with disrespect and thinking you don't notice it or thinking you're not going to. So they're playing a little game to try to trigger you and get some reaction out of you. And that's why I say it's best just not even to pick up the phone, family. When you see this in these entities, it's really useless. It's sad. Pray for them. Also, understand individuals like this live off of the ego. Okay, your spirit, your light, your soul, they're living off of the ego. So everything for them is surface. It's worldly possessions. It's all of that. But they realize through all of these things that they obtain, they still are missing and lacking something. And they don't know what it is. It's spirit. It's source. That's all it is. It's connection with God. And all the material things in the world, all the accolades is not going to give them that. Okay? All of the physical, whatever, all the people that tell them they're great or whatever, none of that's going to give them that. So that's what you have. You have that naturally. And that's why you don't have the need to necessarily get energy from others. You are the source. You are the light because you're connected. So you generate yourself. And anyone around you is going to benefit from you. Okay? As long as you're being obedient and you walking in your path, not perfect, mind you, but you're walking in your path. And you can't lose with the stuff you use, family. So know that. So when you have to check people, check yourself, check in with yourself and look at yourself and see what you're doing, okay? That is putting you in position to have this more and more come at you, okay? Because I think a lot of people with that light, they tend to, again, not knowingly, I think they believe that they can help people. You have to understand that your helping individuals needs to be selective. It needs to be very well thought out, okay, and how much you help. Because, quite frankly, a lot of individuals just aren't deserving of your time, your energy, or your help. Let them help themselves, family. You have to be selfish, okay, in this respect. You have to have the ability to, dare I say, definitely say no. You have to have the ability to say, you are a lost cause. You are not going anywhere good, okay? And you have to walk away from them and let them deal with whatever's coming to them. Because when they get in your presence, they are blessed. You're not bringing no ill will, no bad intentions. You're just bringing positivity, guidance, and love. So when they disrespect that or they misuse that, now it's on to the next for them. God's not going to keep giving them that. No, they're going to get what they're going to get after that. Because he's trying to teach them a divine lesson. That, hey, this person was there not to be mistreated, but to be respected and listened to and followed and assisted. But they don't want to do that because they're in their ego. And so they're already insecure about you. So that's why God uses you that way, to test them, to see what they're going to do. And you leave them alone, and they get what they get. And then they're like, wow, how did this happen? Well, what did you do when you had a blessing? You messed it up. So you're not going to keep getting blessings? No, you messed it up. You chose to walk on the dark side. That's just how it goes, family. It's only two energies, dark and light. So we're not all dark, we're not all light. However, we carry both when you have the light. So you know how to walk away and take your light and leave them in darkness. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything to them, but just leave them alone. And they'll see. They'll see. So understand, family, some people are lost cause. They're living in their ego. You're not. You're living in soul, spirit, light. Also, understand that you cannot let individuals bother you with so much, because you have to understand that you see right through them. Okay, they see partially who you are. They see that light, right? But they can't see all the way your purpose, your mission, and how you connect to them, how you're righteously supposed to be in their lives. So you can't let them bother you because you see through them. You know they don't understand how you see because they don't understand divinity. They're looking for certain physical attributes, certain worldly keys and cues to try to determine who's divine, who's sent from God. They literally, these are like, think of it like in high school, family. When you think of the bullies or the popular kids, they're looking at everything on a superficial level. They don't understand spirituality at all. They are completely blind when it comes to spirituality. They just know that it's something, okay? When you know a little deeper because you're gifted. So with them, they're just looking at what can I get? What can I get? And all those kind of things. How can I use? How can I disrespect? How can I get some energy, some charge off this person? So you can't take them too serious because they're just unknowing, family. They know to an extent, but not all the way. So remember that. Don't take them too serious. That's why I say just get away. That's the best thing to do. Also, family, you're divinely gifted with that light. So God lets you know who they are. He lets you know what they are. You already know when you see them. You know exactly what's going on. So it's like, imagine a chess game. You already know which pieces to move with them because you're being guided. Okay, you know what they are. They don't know completely how you know, but you do know. And that power is special. You can't fake it. You can't imitate it. But in the end, a lot of people see that that's what you possess. So that's why you have to have a lot of responsibility with that. And meaning that you don't abuse it yourself. It's not for you to be a narcissistic type person like you're better than anyone, because we all have different purposes. But when you have that, you do have to cherish it. And that's why checking them, okay, constantly and draining yourself as opposed to finding ways to get away from them is the wrong move. Moving better, moving more efficiently is the best thing to do for you, okay? If you are of light, if you are of the source. And last but not least, family, I'm going to say this. Don't give them anything. Don't give them anything. Yes, I said it. Don't be selfish again, family. I reiterate this. Don't give them anything. Once individuals show you a certain level of just negativity, mental illness. I mean, when you see these traits in individuals, don't feed them. Okay, don't feed them anything. You need to leave them alone, because in the end, they don't learn when you're doing that. They learn when you leave. They learn on their schedule. But you sitting there becoming an enabler and giving them chances and opportunities and constantly trying to help, you just make it worse. And they're just going to twist everything you do anyway. So you give them a little information, you give them, they might call every blue moon or try to contact you here and there. Anything that you give them, they're going to use against you any kind of way. So once you see people like that, listen, don't pick up the phone, family. I'm telling you, just leave these people alone, because God is working with them. God is working on them, excuse me. He's working on them in his time. But when you see them operating under that demonic energy, these people alone, they got a lot to learn. Just like you had to learn in your time, okay? And we all have a journey in different ways, different roads at different times. But when you are in that season, family, you have to know that giving them chances, giving them time, giving them energy just doesn't work. So don't give them any entry. And you got some ones out there that are really dangerous too. You got some that are extremely dangerous that you cannot, how they say, resist the devil and he shall flee. You can't give them an inch or they'll take a mile. Any kind of kindness you show them, any kind of attention, any kind of a minute of speaking to them, literally, and you got to remember, it's energy. That energy transfers. So it's either going to try to trigger you, kill, steal, and destroy. Think of it like that. So nothing, nada. It's the way it has to be, family. And a lot of us out there that has good hearts, okay, true believers that mean well and want to progress and want to be a part of the better good of the society and the collective. A lot of us that are moving that way, we feel like we're abandoning someone. We feel like we are being disloyal. We might feel a form of guilt or shame or don't feel it. Don't feel it, family. Fight that feeling and know that you are doing the right thing for you and them. Okay? All right, guys. I'm going to end that today. But I want everyone out there to check out Sprouting Crowns. We're on Facebook, joining Facebook, as well as Instagram. Check out that as well. Follow me there. And donate if you can. All right, guys. Love what you do and do what you love. Peace.